Kia ora, everyone, and welcome to the University of Auckland's Postgraduate Week 2020, and this session about postgraduate study in architecture at the School of Architecture and Planning. I'm Dr. Paola Baorin. I'm the School Director of Architecture Program at the School of Architecture and Planning, where I am also the Architecture, Technology and Sustainability Stream Leader. And I'm going to present you tonight the options and the programs that are available to you for 2021. I will speak for the next 30 minutes approximately, and you can ask questions at any time by using the question and answer box in the Zoom webinar. We will answer some of these questions live at around 6 p.m. But during the webinar, there will be an amazing team of postgraduate advisors from the Creative Art and Industries Student Center replying to your questions in the question and answer box. If we are not able to answer all your questions tonight, rest reassured, we will be in touch with you shortly over the next few days with all the answers that you need. I just want to let you know that this session is going to be recorded, and therefore we will make it available to you over the next few days. Over the next 30 minutes approximately, I will speak about the School of Architecture and Planning. I will give you information about the postgraduate options for studying with us next year, some information about how to apply to our programs, and I will share with you some background stories from my own story with postgraduate studies. And again, at the end, I will answer some of your questions live. But let's start with who we are. The School of Architecture and Planning at the University of Auckland is the oldest school of architecture in New Zealand. It was founded in 1917 and in 1931 received international recognition by the Royal Institute of British Architects, which was a very important step for us. In September 2017, we celebrated our centenary, and we celebrated it through a week-long event that commemorated our alumni and our staff and our current students. Today, the School of Architecture and Planning is New Zealand's leading tertiary educator in the architecture and built environment fields, according to the QS World Ranking in 2019. We also have a very strong international reputations and a number of international relationships that enhance our students' experience. Overall, today, we enjoy the presence of over 500 students who are enrolled in our broad offer of programs, including research programs, professionally accredited programs, and PhDs. Why are we the best choice for your postgraduate studies? The reasons are many, actually. The first one is that we offer a broad range of postgraduate programs, again, based on research, taught programs, as well as professionally accredited masters. But we also offer high-level research programs as the PhDs, and we also offer retraining or upskilling programs to professionals who are already working in the workforce, but are willing to expand their knowledge. One of the distinctive features of our school is the wide offer of combined master's degrees, where more than one subject is jointly taught in order to broaden up the knowledge of our future graduates. We enjoy a number of highly regarded academics, approximately 4 permanent staff teach at the School of Architecture and Planning, and they have a very different and varied background, and they also come from countries from all over the world. We also have many scholarship opportunities, and I would like to encourage you to have a look at our website to see what the scholarship opportunity can be suitable for your situation and what we can offer. Our facilities, our school takes place in a facility that is mainly designed around studios and a place of making and place for making. And this is a distinctive feature that we do have at the School of Architecture and Planning at the University of Auckland. It's also very important to let you know that we have an outstanding and widely available academic and peer support that supports you as our students. We have postgraduate students helping each other. We have peer-to-peer interactions and many programs to help you and enable you to progress in your programs. Not last, we are located in the center of Auckland, so we are very easily accessible by all public transport, and we are at the very center of Auckland's life. The campus has everything you need for your study and for your recreation and for meeting and studying. As said, one of the distinctive features of our School of Architecture and Planning is the strong studio culture that is supported by state-of-the-art workshops that are equipped with everything you need for expanding on your media and fabrication development. Our design studios look like professional offices because we do want to train you to be ready for the profession if you decide to work, to enroll into an accredited program and professionally accredited program, but also the environment that we do have in the design studios enables a lot of collegiality between staff and students, and we are always moving around as staff and always helping our students as they work through their assignments in the design studios. The pedagogy that is enabled by the design studios also involved peer-to-peer support. So as you can see in this image, students will help each other and will support each other constantly. All our studios and all our programs benefit from state-of-the-art workshops like the wood and metal workshop and the CNC, the computer numerical control workshop. We also have a very advanced augmented reality and virtual reality equipment set that sits within one of our research hubs, and I will tell you a little bit more about our research hubs later on. And we have an extensive support on digital technologies provided by the school to our students. All these facilities, each facility, each workshop, and each tutorial is operated or offered by skilled technicians who are at the forefront of their fields, and they are committed to your success. The Faculty of Creative Arts and Industries also includes other workshops that you can access, like the mold making, the casting, the foundry and ceramics, photography and moving images, printmaking and vinyl cutting. And all these facilities will support your development as you progress in your programs. The school has approximately 40 permanent academic staff members and over 150 sessional staff members who contribute to our courses on a semester base. We are very proud to have the first Maori head of school of a School of Architecture and Planning, Professor Deidre Brown, the first Samoan woman in the world to receive a PhD in architecture, Dr. Karamia Muller. We have academics who are winners of multiple local and international architecture awards, like Professor Andrew Berry and Dr. Mike Davis. An internationally renowned and celebrated author and historian, Associate Professor Julia Gatley. You may have heard some of his programs on the radio. Bill Mackay is a renowned media commentator and writer. And we also have real-time reactive architecture and digital research expert, Associate Professor Uwe Rieger. In the architecture, technology, and sustainability field, Dr. Alessandro Premier is a researcher in advanced technology and advanced facade. But also, we are very proud to have enabled the graduation of renowned alumni who are internationally recognized professionals and architects, like the New Zealand Institute of Architects Gold Medal winners, David Mitchell, Pip Chishar, and Jeremy Salmond, as well as an internationally renowned indigenous architect, Rewi Thompson. But other names are, of course, part of the current architecture and professional scenario, like Pete Bosley, Patrick Clifford, Julie Stout. And all these people have participated and have contributed to our programs as well. Some of them are still part of our sessional staff pool. A very important connection that we make between taught programs and research activities, so research-based programs, is via our 4 research hubs. The research hubs are a distinctive feature of our School of Architecture and Planning, and they are organized based on broader areas of expertise and areas of research. The Digital Research Hub, as I mentioned before, works predominantly on digital, spatial, and intelligent technologies, developing innovation in architectural and urban applications, fabrications, and design strategies. And again, has an extended range of AR, VR equipment that are really at the forefront in the discipline. We have another hub, which is the Exhibition Research Hub, that promotes architectural exhibitions making as a form of high quality research, inquiry, and dissemination, and a collaboration between the Exhibitions Research Hub and the Future Cities Research Hub has recently produced an exhibition that will be presented at the 17th Architecture Biennale in Venice, in Italy. The Future Cities Research Hub, of which I have the honor of being the co-founder and co-director, aims to better understand the complexities of our cities and find innovative and sustainable solutions for our urban issues across the different ranges of the building, neighborhood, and city scales. And not last, we have a History and Theory Hub that promotes a collaboration across the history and theory research streams in the topics of architecture, urban planning, urban design, and heritage conservation. And heritage conservation is one of the disciplines we have been at the forefront in the recent years. The school is now working on the establishment of a 5th hub, the Maori Pacific Research Hub, that we are really looking forward to see live and to present to you. But let's have a look at the postgraduate studies that we currently offer and that will be available for you next year. First of all, why studying a postgraduate, why engaging in a postgraduate study? Well, we are all well aware that in the current economic climate, it may be possibly better for you to continue to enhance and broaden your knowledge to be more prepared to enter the workforce. And in this manner, you can also take the opportunity to acquire advanced skills and learn about new cutting-edge technologies you have not thought about and you have not learned in your undergraduate studies. And this has a positive impact on employability, but also has a positive impact, of course, on your standing and earning potential. It is very important to say that pursuing master's degrees and postgraduate studies in general is requires a lot of commitment on your end, but the type of engagement you will have with our tutors and our teachers, as well as the group work activities you will be oftentimes involved into, together with the numerous opportunities to present your work and to speak about and to talk about your work, will make you develop the skills that are required for being a successful leader in the profession as well. But some of you may want to progress from a master's degree perhaps into a PhD program. So our offer will enable you to do so and to become an academic in the future. But ultimately, this is all about getting your dream job, whether this is in the profession or whether this is in academia. We offer, again, a range of programs starting from sub-masters, and sub-masters are predominantly dedicated to those who are already working in the profession, perhaps, and want to reskill to acquire a new, very specific set of skills, or want to upskill for the profession. We have a couple of programs that are 1 year long or a semester long: the postgraduate diploma in architecture or the postgraduate certificate in architectural project management, which has been recently submitted for approval and is going through the approval process required at nation level, inter-university level. But we are also offering very precise, very specific upskilling or reskilling activities, like the BIM information modeling, building information modeling, BIM micro-credentials. In the master's range, we do offer a research-oriented master, which is the Master of Architecture, which can be focused on the broad architectural realm, or more specifically in the sustainable design aspect, sustainable design, advanced regenerative design, and advanced design technologies. But we are very proud as well of our Master of Architecture Professional, which is our premier master, which will lead you to registration as architect. And again, we are the only one in New Zealand and beyond to offer a Master of Heritage Conservation with a built environment focus. The three masters that you can see at the bottom of this column in italic letters are also offered at the School of Architecture and Planning. They are not specifically related to architecture, but just for you to know that we do have a Master of Urban Planning, we have a Master of Urban Planning Professional accredited, and we have a Master of Urban Design. Again, as said before, combined masters are really an incredible offer. We are very proud at the School of Architecture and Planning because they do combine two subjects together, and they enable you to have a much broader understanding of the disciplines and the interconnections between them, and of course to be a more a leader and a professional with a broader attention to these aspects. We do offer a Master of Architecture Professional and Heritage Conservation. We offer a Master of Architecture Professional and Urban Design, a Master of Architecture Professional and Urban Planning Professional. And as said before, the two at the bottom in italic are not strictly pertinent to the architecture realm, but they are tangential to it. The Master of Urban Planning Professional and Heritage Conservation, the Master of Urban planning professional and urban design. If we move to the upper scale, we find the doctorates, and we are very oriented towards the built environment, heritage, urban planning and urban design features, and we do have a PhD in each of these subjects. The PhD in heritage conservation is currently being developed as a progression from the Master of Heritage Conservation or the combined master with the Master of Architecture Professional, and is subject to approval for 2021 as well. Very interestingly, if we talk about our premier program, which is the Master of Architecture Professional and the combined masters, one of the main outcomes of this program is the recognition of our students nationwide. One of the ways this is happening is the MODOS thesis show. The MODOS thesis show encompasses a selection of extract from students' design theses of students graduating from the Master of Architecture Professional and combined. And we typically organize every year a beautiful exhibition with all the students' work that is very well attended by professionals from all over the country, and it's a really good opportunity for our graduates to present their work, and in many cases this has led to recruitment, very important recruitment opportunities for our students. I would invite you to have a look at the website of the MODOS thesis show, which is which you can find at the address here at the bottom of this slide. And again, we're recording this session, and we will send you the recording, so you will see the link again there. Some students from the EMARC Prof cohort who are completing their thesis and presenting at the MODOS thesis show have also been selected for the New Zealand Institute of Architects Student Design Awards. For instance, this is a beautiful image of the exhibition that was prepared by our former student Abdallah Alayan, who was the winner of the 2019 New Zealand Institute of Architects Student Design Award with the thesis called Faith in Fjordland. And of course, these students have a lot of visibility nationwide through the media. The address for the NZIA Student Design Award can be found at the bottom of this slide, but you can find it very easily by Googling it. So, how to apply, and what are some of the tips that we would like to give to you for applying to our programs? The first advice that we would like to give you is to review all the programs on offer at the School of Architecture and Planning by reviewing our website under the study options available. And again, you will find all the programs that I listed and mentioned so far. You really have to find a topic that you are passionate about, because again, studying a postgraduate program is a very important commitment. It's very intense as well, so you need to be passionate about what you're doing. It will give you a lot of motivation. But we also invite you to make an appointment to talk to a school postgraduate advisor. Our school postgraduate advisors are all academics teaching in these programs, so they are well aware of the aspects related to the involvement and the enrollment in these programs. Dr. Alessandro Premier is is the postgraduate advisor, the school postgraduate advisor for the postgraduate diploma in architecture and the Master of Architecture research in with the subject of architecture and sustainable design. Dr. Dermot McMill is the advisor for the Master of Architecture Professional and Combined Masters, and Dr. Ferdinand Oswald is our postgraduate advisor for the PhD in architecture. Dr. Mohsen Mohammad Azeh is the advisor for the PhD in urban planning, and Dr. Lee Beatty is the advisor for the PhD in urban design. But also, in addition to making an appointment with the school advisor, so our teachers working in helping students with providing an advice on their enrollment, we also advise you to make an appointment with one of our advisors at the Creative Arts and Industries Student Center, because they will be able to help you with all the enrollment requirements and eligibility. If you can, and if you know any, it's really important to hear the stories of our current postgraduate students or our current PhD students, because they will be able to tell you what lies behind the scenes and what teachers probably will not be able to tell you. In terms of eligibility requirement for sub-masters, in general, it is required to have a Bachelor of Architectural Studies or equivalent, but more information are present on our website, because in some cases we might be able to accept professionals who can show professional experience that is equivalent to that of a Bachelor of Architectural Studies. But again, it is important that you read carefully all the information on our website, and the Student Center staff will be able to help you with that. For masters, research-based masters and professionally accredited masters, we again invite you to have a look at the details in our website, because there are different programs and each of them has different eligibility and entry requirements. But just for you to know that depending on where and when you graduated from your undergraduate program, it may be required for you to submit a portfolio. For combined masters, we typically need a Bachelor of Architectural Studies or equivalent. Again, depending on when and where you completed your undergraduate studies, you may be required to submit a portfolio, a written statement of intent, and a CV via our slide room, which is a dedicated part of our website for the submission of your portfolio. And I would definitely invite you to check our website, because there are a lot of examples of what a portfolio looks like, so you can have an idea on what you may be required to submit. For PhD students, for students who come from New Zealand, you must have completed an honors or a master's degree, a bachelor with honors, sorry, or a master's degree. For international students, you must have completed a master's level qualification or the equivalent of a bachelor's degree with honors and meet English language requirement. The important thing is that you need to check, if you are an international student, you need to check on the English language requirements and what are the schemes that and certifications for English language that we do accept, and what is the level that you have to meet. In general, we require the IELTS academic with a 6.5 score required and no bands less than 6. For all students, regardless the geographic location, or regardless whether they come from New Zealand or whether they are international students, we ask that you have completed a significant research, piece of research, usually undertaken as part of your prior study at the undergraduate, at the master's or honors level. and that will be required as part of your submission to the portal. Very quickly, because we are almost at the end of this, my story with postgraduate study, of course, commenced with the correspondent of an MArch prof, a Master of Architecture professional that I received from the University of Ferrara back in Italy, where I'm from. And the MArch prof gave me the professional knowledge and the understanding of professional practice that I needed to progress in my studies and to progress into my PhD. I received a PhD in architecture technology from the same university in Italy, and I had the opportunity to upskill a lot in regard to the field of sustainable design, future-proofing design, resilience in architecture, and especially energy retrofit of existing and historic buildings. And my thesis became the first publication in Italy talking about the energy and environmental retrofit and indoor environmental quality of school buildings. So it was a very important work that, again, opened up a lot of international opportunities. Not last, I was asked, and I developed the first international rating system related to the sustainable heritage conservation of historic and existing buildings, which is called the GBC historic building, that I developed in partnership with the Green Building Council of Italy and the US Green Building Council. So my master's degree and my PhDs enabled me to develop my skills as a professional as well, and to become a leader in my field. So I really hope that this will be your story too. So now I will have a look at some of the questions that you have posted in the question and answer box. And again, if we are not able to answer all the questions now, we will get in touch with you over the next few days via email. So there is let me see. Oh, there are many questions. Thank you. What is the difference between MArch and MArch Prof? So the MArch and the MArch is the research-based master. The MArch Prof is professionally accredited master. It means that the MArch Prof will enable you to progress towards the registration, the professional registrations as an architect in New Zealand. While the MArch is typically a research-based master that many students pursue when they want to progress into a PhD study, and when they want to have a much more research-focused career. You can enroll into a PhD even if you have completed an MArch Prof. And what is quite interesting for us is that we also offer a PhD with creative practice. And one of our staff members is one of the first in New Zealand to receive this degree, Dr. Sarosh Mulla from PAC Architecture. And that is a really important combination between design research and academic research. There is another question about micro-credentials. Can you please talk a bit more micro-credentials? So the micro-credential is a new type of postgraduate offer that we started developing this year. Micro-credentials are very specific, are based on very specific topic, like the one we are offering for next year on building information modeling, BIM. They are specifically designed for professionals or for students who want to develop specific knowledge, but extended knowledge on a specific discipline, like, again, the building information modeling. We decided to start from BIM because it is a skill that is very much required by the workforce and in the workforce at the moment. And the program that will go online very soon will incorporate a number of studio-based hours, tutorials, as well as professionals coming from the industry, BIM leaders, BIM manager coming from the most renowned architectural practices in New Zealand. And the whole program is based on architectural BIM management. So it's very specific for architecture practice. We hope to be able to develop more micro-credentials in the future, but at the moment we decided to offer that we thought was the most relevant for our students and our professionals working in the architecture field. What do you think job opportunities are like for graduates of postgraduate studies in architecture? That's a very interesting question, and there is a broad answer to that. The answer is it really depends on whether you are more inclined to pursue a research-based postgraduate program or a professionally accredited postgraduate program. For research-based programs, so the MArch and the PhD, then the more the progression, the most likely progression is an academic career, but not only. A lot of industry operators, practices, multidisciplinary practices, so not only in the architectural field, are now incorporating a lot of research into their designs and into their projects. So someone who's been trained to develop and to pursue research through completing successfully MArch or PhD will be really well positioned to work within these private companies as well, but also governmental institutions who are very much research and innovation oriented. Professionally accredited masters are more likely to continue with a professional career in practice. So not only in architectural practices, but also in the many multidisciplinary practices that we do have in New Zealand, and there are also and that are also very present overseas. The fact that you will be trained in a very broad range of subjects, all complementary and contributing to the development of a strong architectural knowledge, as well as the access to our workshops and the access to our technologies, and the fact of being taught by teachers who have been practicing architects and who have been teaching all over the world, will really broaden up your skills and broaden up your minds, and will really make you ready for the workforce. Another one, is it possible to balance home and work life while pursuing postgraduate studies? Yes, it is. Although the taught masters are taught on campus, and they are taught predominantly face-to-face, especially because, again, we do want this very strong relationship with our students via the design studios, via this making process and co-creation process. You will be required to be on campus, but we are enabling a lot of flexibility in terms of lecture recording for lecture courses, and therefore there is the possibility. This really helps a lot balancing your home and work life. I have to say that enrolling in a combined master's is, of course, more challenging in terms of studying hours required, but it is typically much more successful in terms of the outcomes that you will get out of it at the end of the masters. We do have a lot of students, a number of students who are still working in practice, and we also have the option of studying part-time. So you will be definitely able to find the option that works better for you. Oh, very good one. Can students work within the school while studying, and also are there internship opportunities with firms while studying? Yes to both. Our design studios are also our predominant study spaces, but there are many study spaces across the city campus that you can access, and we also have the central library that is available for you as a study space. So yes, you can definitely study and work here from our spaces. In terms of internship opportunities, we do offer international opportunities for internships in practices. We have established a very strong relationship with Benoit, an internationally renowned practice with offices based all over the world. We typically have the exchange with our postgraduate students in their office in Singapore, and we used to have that in Hong Kong as well. And we look forward to resume this collaboration, which typically happens during the summer school, soon again in the future. There is possibly one last question. What kinds of opportunities are available in the field of architectural technology, research or jobs? Actually many, especially in our New Zealand environment with the building crisis and the poorly built buildings that our nation has, unfortunately. In terms of architecture technology, you can work as an architectural technologist, and both the MArch but predominantly the PhD will give you a very good opportunity to work in that realm. I'll give you just one example of my own PhD student who has recently submitted her PhD thesis, and she's been training on passive house design during the PhD studies, and she's working in a practice developing passive houses across New Zealand while she waits for the final outcomes of her PhD thesis. And she's been working on the first work in New Zealand on the combination of energy retrofit and seismic retrofit of historic buildings, which is a very important contribution to the scholarly research in the country. Well, I know I said that was the last one, but I saw a very interesting final question that I could answer. What's the postgraduate student community like? It's really vibrant, and we have students coming from all over the world. We have students who have different backgrounds, and what is really beautiful to see in our, especially in our design studios, is the participation and the collaboration that is enabled via our programs and via our spaces. Again, as I said before, one aspect that is developed quite strongly in all our postgraduate courses is peer-to-peer pedagogy, which means that students help each other and contribute each other and positively critique each other's work in order to enhance it and advance it. So it's really beautiful to see that we have approximately 50 PhD students, if I'm not mistaken, who are coming from all over the world, and they all have different cultures and different backgrounds, but they are really working together here at the school, and they really help each other out, and they become friends. So it's a really beautiful community that that we see establishing here. All right. So I think we can close the presentation here. Again, the other questions that I was not able to answer live will be answered by our incredible team at the Creative Art and Industries Student Center, which I thank very much for having been so reactive in answering your questions today. They will be in touch with you again if we haven't answered all of them. I just want to reiterate the message of getting in touch with the Student Center advisors if you need advice on enrollment and entry requirements, to get in touch with our academic advisors if you need a much more detailed information about the programs of our postgraduate offers, and all the other information that are related to the academic side. We will send instructions on how to get in touch with our advisors over the next few days, and we will also send the recording of this session. And I hope you enjoyed it. We are very much looking forward to having you here as our postgraduate students next year. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you.